So you've probably heard of the benefits of sauna and cold therapy, like improved circulation, boosted immunity, and reducing inflammation. And you might be wondering, like, how do I get started with all this? Do I need to buy expensive equipment? How cold does a shower even need to be to get the benefits? So in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you a few types of routines that you could do to get started using your shower alone. And if you happen to have a sauna, I'm gonna show you how to integrate that as well. All right, let's get to it. Hey there, I'm David, and I help people reclaim their lives from brain fog, chronic fatigue, and low self-esteem. So while hot and cold therapy are extremely powerful modalities, I've noticed that through working with clients and in my sauna-related videos, there's a lot of confusion on what you really need to do in order to get the benefits. You know, in our Western-based mindset, we tend to believe that if a little is good, then a lot is going to be a lot better. And that's not necessarily the case. It can actually cause you a lot of harm. I'm sure we've all seen people on social media kind of jump into ice baths for 10 minutes and maybe think, oh wow, well that's a great idea. Maybe I should do that as well because they seem to be getting the benefits. But like with all wellness trends, we always want to be asking ourselves, does this align with my bio-individuality? Is this actually healthy for me? And if so, at what dose? So fortunately, hydrotherapy or water therapy has been around for a long time and it's also been extensively studied. So there's no need to be a guinea pig when it comes to understanding how to get started with contrast therapy. Today I'm going to share with you 4 different routines that you could use to get started. I'm going to share with you who they benefit the most and what use cases they are designed for. But wait, before we get started, I have to address a couple points up front because I get asked these questions all the time and many people cause themselves unnecessary pain and burden because they don't get this right. So the next point is whether or not you should wet your head during hot and cold therapy. And I would say the answer is no for both. When it's hot, you're actually damaging your scalp. It's not really, good for your hair at all. And then when it comes to cold therapy, the studies show that there isn't really much additional benefit from submerging your head or of getting your head wet. There are some cases you can make for increased circulation to your scalp, which could improve hair growth. However, overall, you're not going to get that much more benefit, and it could increase the stress response and cause some nervous system imbalances. So I would recommend keeping your head out when you're doing hot and cold therapy in the shower. All right, so the first question is, how hot or cold does the water need to be? So when it comes to the hot water, you're going to want to make sure it's hot enough to actually produce steam when the door is shut. So how hot is that exactly, you may be asking? Well, in Fahrenheit, that's going to be somewhere between 95 to 113 degrees. And in Celsius, that's going to be somewhere between 35 and 45 degrees. Please do not burn yourself. You just want this to be hot to the touch. It shouldn't actually leave any marks. All right, so here is the more controversial one. So when it comes to the cold water, most people are thinking that it needs to be 39 degrees or this sweet spot where you often see in cold plunges or in ice baths. And this is absolutely not true. We want to really focus on what's happening inside of the body and not so much about outside. So if it feels cold to you and it is really eliciting a stress-based response, then that is likely going to be cold enough. So another question I get is, do I need to do Wim Hof breathing in order to take a cold shower? And the answer is no. There is a certain style of breathing, which I'm going to show you right now, that is helpful, but you don't need to be doing Wim Hof or any particular type of breath work, but you do need to be calming the nervous system because you want to improve your response to a stressor, namely the cold water, and you want to become more resilient. And one of the ways you become more resilient is by teaching or wiring your nervous system to feel safe in the face of a stressor. So the way that I recommend breathing is just in through your nose, deep belly breath, and then out through the mouth. And so when the water is hitting you, it'd just be and focusing your attention or your awareness on your nostrils or your mouth, just following the breath in and out. And just basically doing that. All right, now we can get to the routines. So the first routine is going to be the contrast shower ending on cold. Who should be doing this? Well, anyone that wants to be stimulated. If you want increased energy, improved mood, focus, etc., alleviating brain fog, this is going to be a really good fit. Also, the kapha or the endomorphic body type, someone that is looking to lose weight, could also benefit from this one quite a bit. All right, so How do you do it? Well, you're going to start the shower for about 1 to 3 minutes. If you are taking your normal shower, then go ahead and take your shower. If you're going into the contrast therapy, you're going into the shower for the contrast therapy, you can just turn on the shower for about 1 minute with hot water. And then next you're gonna do 3 to 5 rounds of cold water. So the cold water is gonna be for about 15 to 60 seconds. And then you're gonna go back to hot water for another 60 seconds. When you're finished with the 3 to 5 rounds, you're going to end on cold water. And the reason for this is because you want to emphasize the effects of the cold therapy, that improved mood, increased adrenaline, increased dopamine, etc. So the second routine is a contrast shower ending on warm. So who's this good for? Well, for anyone who tends to skew a little bit towards the more anxious side, is revved up, and just generally doesn't need to be stimulated. This tends to be more of the Vata or ectomorphic body type or stressed out Pitta body types. For many of us, this is going to be a good fit because we really don't need more stimulation in our life, but we still want to get the benefits of cold therapy. Unfortunately, a lot of the experts and influencers online aren't going to really emphasize this as much because it just seems a lot cooler and tougher to just jump into an ice bath for 10 minutes, right? But fortunately, we need to kind of always return back to the question of, does this align with my bio-individuality? In my case, this is what I do pretty often because I don't really need additional stimulation. I don't necessarily need to be revved up, but I do want to get the benefits of cold therapy. So this is a really nice middle ground where I actually get the cold therapy, but I still kind of end in that kind of calm and relaxed state. All right, so when it comes to the second routine, how do you actually do it? Well, it's pretty similar to the first one. You're just going to turn on the shower for 1 to 3 minutes with warm water, go 3 to 5 rounds of cold water for anywhere between 15 to 60 seconds. Just start with 15 seconds and then gradually move your way up because this is a routine especially designed for people who are sensitive to cold or benefit a little bit more from the heat therapy. And then you're going to finish the shower with 1 to 3 minutes of warm or hot water. And basically when it comes to the finisher, you really want to wait for your body's stress response to calm down. So you don't want to feel the intensity of the cold therapy. You should really end in a kind of calm and grounded note. All right, so routine 3 is going to be especially for people who have a sauna blanket or a full body sauna. So it's going to be sauna followed by cold shower. So who should be doing this? I would say that anyone that is, let's say, just completed a workout, someone who wants to do sauna in the beginning of the day, but doesn't necessarily want to have that kind of calm, sort of zen state that you feel after a sauna. So I would typically do this after a workout and before a busy day ahead, or if I happen to be doing the sauna, let's say in the middle of the day, this would be a good fit as well. In terms of body type, I would say that it benefits a wide variety of people, but in particular, those that tend to benefit from sauna a little bit more, right? Because we're emphasizing the heat in this particular routine. So you may be wondering, why would I go in the sauna when I can just turn on the hot water and get the same effect? Well, that's actually not true. So there are additional benefits to using the sauna, even though this routine is a little bit less convenient, but I promise it's actually worth the benefits. In particular, what comes to mind are the production of the heat shock proteins, which is a response to the stressor of the being inside the sauna. And in addition to that, it is going to amplify the benefits of lymphatic drainage, which are already pretty pronounced when you're doing contrast therapy. But when you throw sauna in the mix, it really goes up that much more. All right, so how do you do this one? Well, you just go in the sauna after a workout, let's say, or you can just do it on its own. I would put the sauna at, depends on the sauna type, but somewhere between 145 to 175 degrees. Stay in there for about 20 minutes. Get out of the sauna. Don't jump straight into the shower. You want to air out for somewhere between 2 to 3 minutes. Bring your heart rate down a little bit. And then you're going to want to go into the shower and then just do 3 rounds. You can do 3 rounds of hot, cold, ending on cold. Or if you're pressed for time, just simply start the shower for 1 minute at a normal temperature and then just dial it down to cold for about a minute, or you can even go to failure if you are pressed for time. All right, so the last routine is going to be a cold contrast shower followed by a long sauna session. This is going to be particularly beneficial if you are unable to take a shower throughout the day, or you want to include the benefits of cold therapy at night without the drawbacks or the disadvantages that come with it, such as feeling overstimulated or the negative impact it may have on your sleep. I like to do this one in particular after evening workouts, and I found it to be more powerful than just doing sauna alone. So if you're a little bit more on the anxious side, revved up, more of the ectomorphic or Vata body type, this is going to be a great fit, and it's going to be a really good fit for all people who want to do cold therapy in the evening or want to do contrast therapy in the evening. All right, so here's how you do it. Well, basically, let's say you finished a workout or you came home, you enter the shower, you use that usual round where you warm up for 1 to 3 minutes with that warm water, and then you do cold shower for about 15 to 60 seconds for 3 to 5 rounds. You could end on warm or on cold. I would say that if you're more of the Vata or ectomorph, you probably want to end on warm just to prep your body for the sauna. If you are probably more on the Kapha side, then you could benefit from, ending on cold, because you are going to have more of those weight loss benefits of the, brown fat conversion and whatnot. And then you're going to air off, so you're just going to simply dry out for 2 to 3 minutes, come down from the cold therapy, and then you're going to get into the sauna. Same amount of time. You could do anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes at 145 to 75 degrees. If you have a sauna blanket, so I use my HigherDose a bit longer than that, I would probably use it for about 40 minutes or so, and that's pretty much it. So once you're done with that, then don't do a cold shower, just go back in the shower and rinse off with warm water, and then take advantage of the amazing state that you're in. Be amazing. You're going to feel very calm, really zen, and ready to close out the day. All right, well, that's it for today. If you got value from today's video, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. If you want some tips and practices on how to break free from the burnout cycle, I have a free PDF guide that's in the highlighted comment as well as in the description. If you've been feeling brain fog, burnout, or chronic fatigue for any extended amount of time, you're going to want to check out my deep dive course where I teach you how to create your own personalized protocol based off of the actual practices and frameworks and protocols that I use in my one-on-one practice. So you're definitely going to want to check that out. Additionally, if you're interested in working one-on-one or just connecting, there's a link to book a discovery call in the description. So I'd love to connect with you and learn more about your story and how I can guide you on your wellness journey. And lastly, may you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you move through this life with ease. Lots of love to you all. I will see you in the next episode.